They said no one could escape Orleans Parish Jail until 10 men did, but one of them, Derrick Groves, turned a jailbreak into a 5-month ghost story. This is the story of the last of 10 prisoners who escaped nearly 5 months ago from a New Orleans jail, has been captured at a home in Atlanta, according to the U.S. Marshals. Derrick Groves, who had been on a run since May 16th after breaking out of the Orleans Justice Center with 9 other inmates, was captured Wednesday in southwest Atlanta after a standoff with Atlanta police and U.S. Marshals. Deputy U.S. Marshal Brian Fair said, "A tip called into Crime Stoppers Greater New Orleans, along with follow-up investigative work, ultimately led to Groves' arrest in Atlanta," Fair said. "It took almost 3 hours to locate him in the house. Gas had to be deployed into the house multiple times by the Atlanta Police Department's SWAT team, and he was ultimately located hiding in a crawl space," Fair told CNN. Groves waived his right to an extradition hearing Thursday morning in front of a judge in Fulton County, Georgia, saying he wanted to return to where he was from. His capture marks the end of a key chapter in a brazen, nighttime jailbreak that grabbed the nation's attention and put people close to the convicts' cases, from victims' relatives to prosecutors, on edge for their own safety. Groves' escape represented a serious breach of public safety and a historic failure of custodial security, New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams said Wednesday. Groves, 28, was convicted of murdering 2 men on Mardi Gras in 2018 and was awaiting sentencing when he escaped in May, said Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill at a Wednesday news conference. He was one of the gunmen who opened fire with AK-47 style assault rifles on what should have been a joyous Mardi Gras family gathering, the New Orleans District Attorney's office said at the time. Groves was found guilty of 2 counts of second-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder, charges that carry a life sentence, the district attorney said. This was a very dangerous individual. He is going to face jail time for a very, very long time for his previous charges, as well as additional time resulting from his escape, Murrill said. Groves will be taken to the infamous Louisiana State Penitentiary at Angola, where the other 9 former escaped inmates are being held, said Murrill. Authorities are looking into upgrading the charges against Groves to aggravated escape in light of material found on him, including weapons and drugs, Murrill said. Federal, state, and local law enforcement work together seamlessly to locate and arrest those fugitives, said Colonel Robert Hodges, superintendent of the Louisiana State Police. In early October, officers assigned to the task force investigating the escape learned Groves was likely in the Atlanta area, and through information gathered via multiple search warrants and other investigative means, detectives gathered digital evidence that Groves was at a home, Hodges said. Several law enforcement agencies, including the Atlanta Police Department and the U.S. Marshal Service, assisted in executing the search warrant at the home that led to Groves' arrest, said Hodges. His capture brings long-awaited calm to victims, their families, the witnesses who testified, the assistant district attorneys who prosecuted him, and the people in New Orleans who were rightly concerned that a convicted violent offender had escaped so easily and evaded justice for so long, Williams said shortly after Groves was apprehended. We will pursue every available legal avenue to ensure that Derrick Groves answers for every crime he has committed and every consequence he has sought to avoid, he said. Just after midnight on May 16th, a corrections monitoring technician in New Orleans stepped away to get food. At the time, the Orleans Justice Center had been in lockdown since 10:30 p.m., as usual, with inmates expected to be in their cells for the night. But in the technician's absence, several inmates began tampering with the door of cell Delta 1006. They pulled until it broke open and slipped into the handicapped cell, where they used electric hair trimmers with clipper blades to help cut through the cell walls behind a toilet. A source with direct knowledge of the investigation told CNN. They are believed to have placed the toilet back on the wall after the jailbreak to conceal the hole, according to the source, before all 10 inmates fled the New Orleans jail and crossed the Louisiana interstate into the warm, muggy night. They left a message on a wall on their way out. To Ezio, it read. The U.S. Marshals credit Wednesday's apprehension of Groves in Atlanta to a multi-agency law enforcement collaboration between the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, the New Orleans Police Department, the Louisiana State Police, Homeland Security Investigations, and the FBI New Orleans. We're just very pleased this one is over, Fair told CNN. With Groves' capture, the 5-month manhunt was over. All 10 escapees were now back in custody. But the scandal left deep questions about security failures, possible inside help, and how 10 men could walk out of high-security jail undetected. Groves waived extradition and returned to Louisiana, where he now served his life sentence in Angola under maximum security. In the end, the story of Derrick Groves wasn't just about one man's escape. It was about a system exposed, a city embarrassed, and justice catching up no matter how long it takes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more true crime story.